Welcome to Money Films. Hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to ring the notification bell. For a clearer understanding, turn on subtitles by tapping the CC icon. Let's dive in. Patrick Bateman is a successful investment banker who likes to live the big life. At the beginning of the movie, he is seen dining in an expensive restaurant where the waiters take their time explaining the menu.
It's a chick's restaurant. Why aren't we doors yet? Because Bateman won't give the maitre d' head.
Right after dinner, he visits a bar to have a drink. While the bartender turns around to prepare his drink, Bateman tells her that she looks really ugly and he would love to kill her and play around with her blood. Of course, nobody hears him because the music is too loud. The following day, Patrick narrates how he likes to take care of himself by eating well and exercising. Later at work, we also get to meet his personal assistant, Jean. Bateman comments that she is too sexy to be wearing the attire she is wearing today, so he advises her to wear a dress or a skirt.
You don't like this, I take it.
Come on. You're prettier than that.
That evening, Bateman also meets with his fiancée, and they go to grab some food with a couple of their friends. Bateman is clearly not happy with his fiancée, but she stays with her to keep the image of the perfect steady man. He notices another person being really close to his fiancée, but he also wonders if Evelyn has noticed that he is cheating on her with her best friend. After leaving the diner, Patrick says hi to a woman on the road and walks by her side.
Hello.
The next morning, Patrick visits a dry cleaner store and is having trouble communicating with the Chinese owners.
If you don't shut your mouth, I will kill you. Now listen.
A woman named Victoria enters the store as well, and it appears she knows Patrick. Patrick asks her if she can communicate with the clerks because he can't understand why they can't remove the stains from his clothes. Victoria sees a big red stain on the clothes and asks him what caused it. Patrick replies it is just cranberry juice and quickly leaves, trying to avoid speaking further with Victoria.
Christ, I'll call you.
Okay. Do.
At his workplace, Patrick gets caught up in an argument with some other guys from the firm as they are trying to figure out whose business card is the most elegant. Patrick believes he has one of the most beautiful business cards, but starts to sweat as he sees the others also have some beautiful cards.
I can't believe that Bryce prefers Van Patten's card to mine.
A few seconds later, Patrick sees another card that belongs to Paul Allen, which seems to be the most elegant of all. Losing this card battle really gets him pissed off, so when he leaves his job, Patrick walks through an alley and kills a beggar with his dog.
Fucking loser you are. What?
How much does status and appearance matter to you? Have you ever felt envious or overly competitive about something as trivial as a business card? Share your experiences below. Over the following days, Patrick becomes increasingly obsessed with Paul Allen because he lives a more luxurious lifestyle than himself. The two of them meet at a Christmas party, and Patrick is annoyed when he realizes that Paul is able to book a table in one of the most expensive places in the city while he is not. Bateman takes him out for a drink and tricks Paul into getting drunk.
Goes out with that loser Patrick Bateman. What a dork.
Then, he takes him back to his apartment, where he has covered the furniture with pieces of cloth. While Paul is mumbling, Patrick wears a raincoat behind him. Paul notices that, but it is too late.
Hip to be square. A song so catchy, most people probably don't listen to the lyrics.
Bateman kills him with an axe and places his body in a bag. Then, he just drags the body through the building's lobby. Although the bag is leaving a red stain behind, the doorman doesn't seem too concerned, and Patrick casually places the body in the trunk of a cab. After disposing of the body, Patrick goes to Paul's apartment and leaves a message on the answering machine, pretending to be Paul and saying he is going to London for a few days. The next day at work, Patrick has a visit from Detective Kimball, who is investigating Paul's disappearance. The police have found the message Paul supposedly left, but his girlfriend does not really believe that he has left for London. In addition, someone claimed that they saw Paul in London, but the police checked and concluded that the person was not Paul Allen.
Nothing. People just disappear.
That night, Patrick grabs a sex worker from the street and takes her to his apartment. A few minutes later, another sex worker, a high-end escort, comes to the apartment. After some chit-chat, Patrick has a threesome with them while he also records everything with the camera. He is often seen flexing his muscles while looking at himself in the mirror. After the action, the three of them are sleeping on the bed, but things soon get really weird. Patrick gets up and grabs some tools to inflict pain on the girls. Then, he just pays them, and they leave. The next day, Patrick hangs out with his friends until another guy from the firm, Lewis, comes to present them with his new unbeatable business card. Patrick takes that too personally and follows Lewis to the bathroom, where he wears his gloves and puts his hands around Lewis's neck. Right then, Lewis turns around and actually likes what he sees because he has had a crush on Patrick for a long time. He does not understand that Patrick wants to choke him. Instead, he assumes that Patrick likes him. Lewis kisses his hand and starts flirting with Patrick, but the latter gets terrified and runs away. Upon returning to his office, Patrick finds Kimball waiting for him, and the detective asks him where he was on the night of Paul's disappearance. The two of them seem to have different information, but Kimball feels a bit tired and leaves, saying that they should grab dinner together in a week or so. That night, Patrick attends a crazy party and meets a model who he brings back to his apartment. Unfortunately for her, Patrick kills her and chops her head off. Have you ever completely misinterpreted a situation or had someone misunderstand your intentions? What happened and how did you handle it? Let's hear your stories in the comments. The next day, Patrick has a talk with his secretary and asks her if she wants to have dinner with him. Jean replies positively, and Patrick asks her where she wants to go. When Jean talks about that expensive restaurant, Dorsia, Patrick gives them a call and pretends he just booked a table, even though the person on the phone told him they were full.
We're totally booked.
Really? That's great.
No, I said we are totally booked.
Jean agrees to meet Patrick in his apartment before they go out, and the two of them engage in some small talk. While Jean speaks, Patrick walks around the house and looks at all the twisted tools he keeps available in case he desires to commit a murder. He grabs a nail gun and walks behind Jean, ready to kill her, but his phone rings and they hear Evelyn leaving a message for him. Patrick puts the gun down, he ends the date with Jean, and she leaves the apartment safely. Soon, Patrick has dinner with Kimball, who now tells him that one of his friends claims he was having dinner with Patrick on the night of Paul's disappearance.
I mean, to think that one of his friends killed him for no reason whatsoever would be too ridiculous.
Basically, Patrick has an alibi, and he is safe for now. That night, Patrick goes to that sex worker from the street again, Christy. The girl is reluctant to follow Patrick because the previous time she did, she needed minor surgery after she left his apartment. Patrick tells her that this time is going to be different and manages to lure her in by offering her a large amount of money. He takes Christy and another girl, Elizabeth, to Paul Allen's apartment and spikes their drinks while the two girls talk with one another. Once the girls have consumed their drinks, Patrick gets them started by some female-to-female action. Then, he takes them to the bedroom and has a threesome with them. During the act of sex, Christy feels like something is off, so she takes a step back and sees blood on the bed. She understands that Patrick is killing Elizabeth, and she runs away. While she tries to exit the apartment, she finds out that the place is filled with bodies of dead women. Christy manages to escape even with Patrick on her back. She runs down a staircase, but Patrick has turned a chainsaw on and decides to take a shot. He throws the chainsaw to Christy, and he is lucky enough or skilled enough to hit her. The following day, Patrick is having breakfast with his fiancée while drawing Christy's death from last night. Since he can't take any more of Evelyn, he breaks up with her. Later, Patrick proceeds to withdraw money from an ATM, and he sees a kitten and prepares to shoot it, since a message on the screen prompts, "Feed me a stray cat." A lady tries to stop him from killing the cat, but Patrick shoots her instead. The police join the scene, but Patrick is able to evade them. Run back to his office and call his lawyer in order to confess all the murders he has committed. In the morning, Patrick decides to go to Paul's apartment in order to clean it up, but he finds a realtor showing the apartment to a couple. When he asks her about the house, the lady says the apartment does not belong to a Paul Allen. Right next, Bateman meets his lawyer and asks him if he received his message. The lawyer starts laughing and tells him that his joke was hilarious. While they speak, the lawyer refers to him as Davis because he is confusing him with another client of his, indicating that Bateman is not as important as he would like to be because he is a narcissist.
I chopped Alan's head off.
Bateman tries to convince the lawyer that he really committed the murders and killed Paul Allen, but that is impossible because the lawyer had dinner twice with Paul in London. In the meantime, Gene finds Patrick's psychotic drawings in his diary and realizes that this guy has serious mental issues. Right after that, Patrick goes to sit with his friends in a state of paranoia, not knowing if anything has really happened. As they are watching Reagan on the news, they wonder if he is the good old man he seems to be or a secret psycho. At that point, Patrick thinks to himself how confused he is, and he narrates that he is feeling a large amount of internal pain. He would love to inflict that pain on others, but unfortunately for him, his confession did not mean anything, and that hurts him even more. Apparently, he will continue being trapped among the same people he hates. Were you shocked by the revelation about Paul Allen's whereabouts and Patrick's identity confusion? Do you think Patrick's deeds were real or just a product of his imagination? Share your thoughts and theories down below. Thanks for joining us today. Until next time, stay tuned and take care.